Coins and inscriptions of following rulers of the dynasty are found from Chattisgarh, Odisha region. Their territories included the areas around Bastar, Koraput, Puskari, etc. 1. Varha-raja. 2. Pati-Bhattaraka. 3. Bhava-datta-varman. 4. Skanda-varman. Some gold coins suggest the existence of two other Nala rulers, Nandana-raja and Stambha Skanda-varman, the second son of Bhava-datta-varman, who was a great warrior, ascended the throne in the year 480 AD at Puskari. He repulsed the Vaktakas and retrieved the lost territory of his ancestors and repopulated the city of Puskar. Skanda-varman was a great Vaishnavite. He founded off a footprint of Vishnu and donated some holdings to Chakradrome for the maintenance of the temple. Skanda-varman enhanced the glory of his father Bhava-datta-varman. During his reign, he pursued the worship of Lord Vishnu as well as Lord Shiva. The stone, images and inscriptions discovered from the ruins of the Podagarh clearly mentions that the illustrious King Skanda-varman, the noble son of King Bhava-datta-varman, who was the foremost scion of the glorious Nala family, and repelled his enemies by his valor, on having reclaimed the lost royal prosperity, which had fallen into others' hands or was unsettled, and having repeopled the deserted town of Puskari, with the hope of obtaining religious merit for his father, other ancestors and mother, and desiring welfare for himself. With the death of Skanda-varman in the year 515 AD, the glorious chapter of Puskari domination come to an end, and the successor of Skanda-varman were vanquished by Chalukya Kirti-varman. The descendants of the Nala dynasty later established the Khidisingi mandala in modern Ganjam region around 9th to 10th century CE, which eventually became the ancestors of the Soroda dynasty. Inscription number 18. Podagarh stone slab inscription of Nala Skanda-varman. Year 12. Provenance: Podagarh or Poragarh on the northwestern frontier of the old Jaipuri agency, Koraput district, Odisha bordering on the Bastar district. Script: Brahmi of the southern class, of 5th and 6th centuries AD, resembling the script of Mandasa epigraph of Kumaragupta of the Malwa. Year 493. Language: Sanskrit. English translation of the inscription. Success. Hari conquered, conquers or will conquer. This is not a praise of qualities. In fact, the Bhagavan is himself the conquest, the object of conquest, and the conqueror. This footrest of Vishnu was made by the successful King Skanda-varman, the noble son of King Bhava-datta, who was the foremost scion of the glorious Nala family and who had destroyed his enemies by his valor on having pulled up the disorganized, disintegrated and fallen royal prosperity, and having repeopled the deserted Puskari, raising the hopes of his father, mother and other ancestors for earning religious merit and desiring welfare for himself and or his worship. Here he donated with libation of Akhir water and with abundant gifts a holding for the supreme being to last as long as the moon the sun, and the stars to be enjoyed on the occasion of long sacrifices by the Brahmanas and the ascetics in particular, and by the poor and the orphans, and from everywhere. It is not to be entered by troops, free for ever from taxes, to the son of Sri Chakradrona for appropriate enjoyment. And this religious settlement was composed and engraved on the yonder pillar. Whosoever causes harm to this settlement shall incur great sin. Whosoever transgresses the king's settlement, that lowborn shall drink up the sins of the king. And he who follows the noble path of the king shall obtain the protection of Vasudeva for a long time. This pillar was caused to be planted by the king, personally, on the sacred 27th day in the excellent month of Madhva in the 12th year. The token of affection in this manner were composed by the hereditary general Bhagavata, of modest intellect with the desire to please Lord.